Especially going into 2026, hopefully people will decide that they want to have their own home and, put money back into themselves, basically, is what you're doing, creating equity in a property that you can live in the rest of your life or pass down to your kids and the kids, I feel like a home builds memories and an apartment is just kind of like a chapter in life.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Ken.
I'm Grace.
And this is Before the Breakthrough.
We both just joined the Enclave team, so we thought that it'd be fun to take others along on our journey.
We're basically having real conversations about growth, discipline, and what it takes to grow from a rookie to somebody that's excelling in the industry.
We think it's important to talk about what new agents are going through and not just what the successful agents that have been in the industry for 30 years are going through, because it can be really helpful for people that want to either get into the industry or they're in it and they feel alone. So I joined Enclave about 2 weeks ago, but I've been wanting to be on the team for about 2 years. I've had my license for about 3 years now, but I took a break to do schooling and just kind of put it to the side. I did have 3 Sphere transactions, which is just personal transactions. Well, I was brokered with Real, which was awesome. And then I think it really put me into gear to want to get all my eggs together to be on the Enclave team, because I was like, wow, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. I love doing it. So that's kind of my story, and I'm just glad to be here. And
after 2 years, finally.
Yeah,
right?
I feel like it I don't know. It almost felt surreal when I was finally got to, which sounds crazy, but I don't know, just with all the opportunities and everything, there's definitely, I don't think, teams that are like it.
Yeah, for
in my opinion. But
yeah, especially with how many brokers and teams I interviewed with.
Yeah, because you did the good thing of interviewing and going through. I just kind of jumped into it and didn't do as much research on.
Right.
Yeah.
And wasn't it because part of it was your family's already in real estate? So
yeah, it was kind of a family connection, which I mean, I had a great time meeting everyone and just getting to know kind of the ropes of it and getting a good base knowledge of everything, which was great. I just feel like everyone's different, and it's important to make sure that you're on a team where you feel supported and have people to talk to literally 24/7.
Right.
So, yeah, that's kind of my...
Yeah, honestly, I feel the same way because the technology here is so different. I interviewed with these traditional brokerages. A lot of them are just we're just going to do the traditional lead generation and hopefully throw things at the wall and see what works, So I feel like I didn't really get a clear guidance of what real estate was at that time.
Yeah. Well,
and then when I finally interviewed with the Enclave team, I was talking with Beth, and I realized that this was more about, future-proofing your business versus just making something
now.
work. Yeah. Now.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And I feel a lot of brokerages are more sales transactions. I don't know. And I feel even being out with showings and clients now, it's not you really have to build a relationship with people, which I don't think that a lot of people understand. It's not just another sales job.
Right.
This is a big decision for people, and if they don't trust you, or if you even don't think that they're a good fit for you, then it's important to know how to gauge that, which I feel Enclave does a good job.
Yep. That's why they say they put people first. People before money.
You were doing door-to-door sales.
Yeah,
right?
so I came from a very transactional background. So that's
it's
why
been
this
a bit
is
of
that's why this is such a big shift for me, because everything was so transactional to the point where you get the sale, you never see the person again. Yeah. It's you have to pretend to care about what they're saying just to get a, sale off of them. Honesty is always best business, and that's where real estate, it's not so much about knowing how to sell to people, it's about knowing how to build a relationship with people.
I was a server, so I feel that kind of is what helped me be more of a personal person. And I don't know, I love talking to people.
Right.
I could talk forever.
Yeah, I think we noticed that.
Yeah, you guys have definitely learned that. So I feel just even yes, that's not real estate, but it definitely correlates to working in real estate when it comes to figuring out what people want
Mm-hmm.
and like how to make it, you know, them have a good dining
Yeah,
experience.
exactly.
So
It's all about the relationship
Yeah,
building.
it's like you want to
Yeah.
have them like I have told like my clients like I'm here to make it the easiest transition for you. That's what my job is, to
sure.
like make them feel comfortable and confident in their choices. Even like with the door-to-door sales, it's like that's a grind to like
No, yeah,
be
it's a
out all
grind.
day doing that.
Because I feel like essentially when I did start that, I even told like the whole company that I used to work for, like I'm not really here to make money, just to learn a skill set. And honestly, going in with that mindset has, you know, changed my life in the way I do like my job or work, I guess. Because when you go into something without the mindset of making money, but rather to learn a skill, it's like the success eventually just follows through. So you have to go in with that mindset of I just want to learn and be the best that I can. And if I succeed, I succeed. If I don't, at least I learn a new skill.
With like being a new agent, if you don't have like a support system that can show you, it's not just about sales, it's about like making relationships and really understanding what you're doing and not just like going on autopilot, I think is really important. It's good to have a team that like you can really learn what can help you and like the tools of like building relationships with people and having other agents on the team that are like always happy to help.
Yeah, I know, right?
Which is nice because I don't know. I feel like especially when I was a new agent, like I felt annoying, always being like, oh, like what am I supposed to do? Like I don't know. Like one day I thought that I'm like, oh yeah, I understand it, and then I feel like I was calling other agents 5 times a day because I'm like, what am I doing? But I just felt super like it's just irritating to them.
I think you just felt that that burden as a new agent.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
It's like, oh, I don't want to bother them with too many questions or you know, just yapping in general.
Which like they had told me that it wasn't, but I feel like here, like I really feel everyone does want to help, which is nice because I feel like I always have questions.
Yeah,
Doesn't
for
matter
sure.
what it's
It's like you can message anybody at like 9 p.m. and they will respond to you.
So before we end off our first episode, what are you looking for?
What am I looking for?
I don't know. I was going to
like-
finish it. Okay, from the top. Before we end our first episode, where do you want to be at the end of 2026? Because you're coming in as like a brand new agent. You're fresh.
Well, it's like you said, I'm starting like real estate brand new, so everything is very new to me. My first year goal is to eventually just do everything myself and become one of the top producers. Of course, eventually my end goal is to build a team within Enclave. Like I have been here for like a month, but I absolutely love everything about Enclave, from tech to all the people here. And coming from a background of like door-to-door knocking, I want to have a team that's not just real estate agents, but a team of killer door knockers. So it's basically like a door knocking company, but for real estate.
So are they agents that are door knocking?
Yeah, they're gonna be for themselves.
For themselves. So is
for
that
themselves.
like a criteria? Like you have to.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna have to. Like if you're a part of my team, you're gonna have to go out there and knock some.
You're gonna have
doors.
to get like branded, like jackets for them,
Yeah,
so they
yeah.
don't freeze out
Yeah,
there.
That's
But
essentially
that's a good
yeah.
idea. But then you get some, branded jackets. That'll be good.
Yeah, that's essentially what I want to do is build a team of killer door knockers. There's something AI can't replace, and that's humans. That human relationship.
Yeah, I agree.
Sending robots. Like if a robot came to my house and knocked and tried to sell me something, I would not buy it because
I would
it's a
be
robot.
scared. Yeah, I would probably shut the door.
That's essentially what my goals are. I know it's kind of a crazy big goal to have, but you kind of have to have crazy goals in order to, succeed in whatever you do.
What are your numbers that you're looking at for 2026 so that you can be in that position in the future and have your own team?
In 2026, I've actually had my business planning with Jelena. We talked about it. Honestly, when I first initially said it, I set my standard pretty low, and Jelena and we had a conversation. It really brought that spark back in me. Like, oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm good at this. Like, why am I setting my bar so low? I'm hoping to shoot for, or I will shoot for 36 to 40 transactions in 2026 alone.
That's good.
I think if you're doing this full time and you actually, go at it, it's not impossible to achieve. I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's not impossible.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like shooting for something that's like, yeah, it's obviously going to be hard to get there, but it is possible. A big part is like me as well. I want to like just like when I was a new agent, being just more confident in yourself and like what you're capable of doing, like whether it comes to like contracts or doing open houses or just like anything like that. I feel like that's a big part, and like that's even one of my goals is to just be more confident in like what I'm doing. I'm here because I can do it.
I feel like that low bar setting comes from being new in the industry because you don't know anything about it, so you're setting your bar low. That way you don't disappoint yourself. That's just being scared. You need to have confidence in yourself, like you say, and set your bar high. Because if you don't set your bar high, sure, you may do good around like some people that aren't doing that well, but you have to be like as good as the top producers. You gotta have to have that mindset.
Yeah.
You can't just be better than the people that aren't even doing good.
No,
you gotta do as good as the top producers on the team.
You gotta act like you gotta have the confidence too. It's manifesting. It's all.
So you gotta
it's all
be
mindset.
You gotta be kind of like delusional a little bit.
Oh, for sure. I feel like I get crazier like as the days go on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel you. I'm the same way.
It's like I wake up, I'm like, I'm ready to do it the next day.
Right, exactly. I feel the same way.
So my goal for 2026 is kind of like we were saying, I just want to like grow that confidence, and like I know what I'm talking about, but I need to really act like I know what I'm talking about, which I feel like even these first 2 weeks at Enclave, I have built more confidence of like when I'm talking about things. Like, and I think that doing the transactions by like as a solo agent, it did help me to learn how to do all the paperwork and all of that stuff. But it's nice having people with like on the team that can walk you through it as well, especially as a new agent for you. For sure. So I feel like I'm really excited about that because
it's been
the
nice.
first time I did a purchase agreement was it took me forever.
It was a nightmare, huh?
Yeah, and then it got deleted, so I had to do it again.
Deleted?
Yeah.
How did it get deleted?
It was like the night before we were putting in like gonna do the purchase agreement, and I was filling it out. Took me like forever because it was my first one. I was doing it by myself, and I went to go out of like the tab, and I thought it had saved. No, it didn't save. So then I had to redo it all over again, and I was like, oh my gosh. Tears were shed. Tears were definitely
I could only
shed.
imagine the first time was already a nightmare.
Yeah, I was like,
like
oh
you
yeah,
wake
I'm
up-
definitely going to go crazy.
It's like you woke up from a nightmare to another nightmare.
Yeah, but it ended up working out, and I'm glad that I, stuck to it. But like, it's gonna be nice having a team that I can call.
I think the support here is awesome. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to like get the support to have the confidence to also then help other new agents that are coming in, because like I understand where they're coming from. So I feel like I want to be in a place where I can help new agents, and then I also want to eventually start an investment portfolio of real estate to kind of be on that side of things. So I'm looking forward to that, but that also takes a lot of work and probably will also make me crazy.
Well, you got to go crazy and succeed.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's what I want to have it, my like own investment properties, as well as helping people find their dream homes. Because I feel like people that I've talked to kind of view it as a scary thing to do, which it is.
Honestly, when you're renting, it's more so you're giving money to your landlord so he could go buy a brand new boat next year.
Yeah, and then they get to make more money off of that, So I don't know. I mean, renting is definitely like an option that people do have to take, but I think especially going into 2026, hopefully people will decide that they want to have their own home and, put money back into themselves, basically, is what you're doing, creating equity in a property that you can live in the rest of your life or pass down to your kids and the kids, I feel like a home builds memories and an apartment is just kind of like a chapter in life.
A lot of people that, don't have home ownership yet, it's just that they don't know what their buying power is. like a lot of people, they don't know what their buying power is, so they just keep renting. But in
Yeah.
reality, they could have probably afforded a home and paid the same amount. They just don't know that they could afford that home.
Yeah.
And I feel
I
like that's
agree.
where we come in with our job, as to, you know, show people the possibilities of owning a home.
Yeah. Because I feel like the best thing is like when you're talking to like a client, they're like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for a home, blah, blah, blah. And then you kind of talk to them about like options that would help them, and they like get so excited. I
Right,
love
right.
that. Like makes you want to cry. Yeah, I look forward to being able to help clients and have like the full resources and people backing me to do that. But my goal for this year, it's good to set goals, especially as new agents. I want to do 24 transactions this year minimum. That's my goal. I hope to exceed it, and I'm gonna carry the confidence too. So
That's
yeah.
awesome.
But those are the goals for this year. Hope to continue and exceed them. But
You will continue and exceed them.
we both will. And then we'll be back here and we'll be like, yeah, we did that.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the podcast. Make sure to tune in if you want to follow us on our journey in real estate.
Okay,
Until
we'll do
next
that.
time, on the next episode.
Before the breakthrough.